Hi, I'm Laura, welcome back to the channel, welcome to the start of another vlog. Today is Saturday the 26th of April 2025. I am 6 days away from release day and I still need to get everything polished up and finished for publication. So I'm thinking this vlog might just span this weekend. I'm hoping to get a lot of stuff done this weekend, not just on the work that's going to be published on Friday, but I've also started getting some pretty serious planning done for my Hellmouth universe. I showed this a few vlogs ago. This was planning to be my story bible for the Hellmouth universe, and also goodness gracious, so far all I had done was fill in a little bit here. I have since started going in and I'd done a collage, but I've since started mapping out the actual gangs that are going to be involved in this world, because now let's just sidetrack. In the beginning, the Hellmouth series started as just one story about one girl whose life got turned upside down when her place of work got shut down because of a fire in a neighbouring building, and she desperately needed work, and that's how she got involved in some risque, unsavoury activities and characters, and that's how I first got introduced to the Hellmouth world in my head, and it has since expanded. Lots of other story ideas that I've come up with, and when I develop those story ideas, the characters in them start overlapping and they start interweaving, and that's how it created Hellmouth, gangland of Aberdeen that infiltrates international gangs, local gangs, street gangs, high societies that are corrupt, that kind of thing. So with all of these interweaving stories and overlapping characters that are happening either as part of a timeline, or the stories are happening in tandem, they're happening simultaneously, it became increasingly apparent to me that I need to think this out so that I can get it right. So that there's no plot holes, that there's no continuity errors, that kind of thing. So yeah, the story bible here started off as just going to be about Rose and Doug and Robbie and their little story, and you know, a few offshoot stories that go along with it, which is one reason I'm happy that I hadn't done too much in here. But now this is going to become such a valuable resource for me. I've actually just finished mapping out the hierarchy structure of a mob, or like a mafia, that's going to be like endgame. We're going to start with a few stories, like a few side stories, build up our characters and build up the world of the Aberdonian underground, and of course we're going to have the main Rose story, and then we're going to get into the high society and how they interweave, and we're going to take down some bad guys, but behind those bad guys are badder guys, and that is these guys that I've just mapped out. They are going to be endgame, and I'm pumped about it. So for the next few months I will be working on a few of those initial stories for the Hellmouth universe, whilst compiling this encyclopedia of the world, and getting more into like gang structures and how like a lot of I don't know, I kind of feel like British gang culture is a lot more brutal than some other gang cultures. Like, we don't just whack people, we'll destroy your entire livelihood and family and everything in the most brutal, I say we, like, I'm part of it, but when you look at it, when you look at the history of like British organised crimes and underground gangs and things, like just look at what's going on in Edinburgh and Glasgow at the moment. There is massive gang rivalries going on down there. I mean, Christ, we had a gang rivalry that was labelled the frickin' ice cream wars because people were like firebombing ice cream trucks that were selling drugs. I shouldn't laugh about it because it's a very serious thing, but when you think about it, it's like ice cream trucks. But yeah, a lot of this is very much rooted in reality. I'm just playing with it and romanticizing it in a way. I know it's terrible to be romanticizing organised crime. I am very aware. But none of this is factual, none of it's based on real events, but it is things that are rooted in reality. And I kind of wanted to delve more into it, into the different structures of criminal organisations, and try and make it as detailed as I can, because I know how, for me, it can be a bit irritating when you go into like a dark romance and it's like a mafia romance and it's just, oh, they're a big boss man and that's it. There's no other structure to the mafia that they're in, or their ties or their rivals. You just have to blindly believe it. There's no structure. It's just but I wanted my stories to be deeper, more intricate. Yeah, they are at the core romance novels, but also I wanted them to be engaging and like suck you in. I want you to be in the world and to root for people and to want to know what else happens rather than who's going to bang who. But yeah, so that's the little update I have for this little segment. Just putting together my story bible. I also need to reprint my planner pages. I only had like 2 weeks worth of planner pages left, and for the most part I had been using, if I can quickly grab it, so for the most part I had been using just these week spreads. So this is this week's one. So you've got your task lists, important reminders, bits about your project, and then there is 7-day overview spread. And for a long time this was all I could handle. It was perfect for me. I felt very overwhelmed with the full spread. But I kind of feel like this now isn't enough to track everything that I need to do. So what I'm going to do, because like I say, I've only got a couple of weeks left in pages, and some of those are like it's like a whole month spread and like end of month quarter review things. So yeah, I don't need those. So what I'm going to do is print off the full spread where you have the week overview like this, and then also you get a daily page where you can go into minute detail of what you want done, and you can take notes for yourself and all that. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to print off the full spread for the rest of well, I say rest of the quarter. It prints out in a quarter quantity anyway. But I have been still using my planner pages every week, even if I don't always get done everything I want to do, which for most of the time I don't get done what I want to do. It is getting better. I am getting more done, and I just need to kind of push myself a bit more and remind myself to just do the things. Like I said before, I should just get a tattoo on my wrist that says do the things. So every time I look down, I've got before my hand, just a little reminder saying do the things. So yeah, I am hoping to get the rest of my final draft finished for for Just Breathe this weekend. Like I say, it's final draft, so it needs to get finished so I can do the final tweaks, polish it up, get it formatted and ready to go for Friday, which I'm so freaking excited for. But yeah, sitting here babbling is not getting stuff done, so I will catch you guys in the next clip.
Here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff and you wanna be my friend. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, I can help you out, I can help you out, I can.
Hey, so it is Sunday the 27th of April. My day yesterday did not quite go to plan. I still need to finish my Just Breathe draft. Knocking stuff over. Still need to finish my Just Breathe draft. It was just constant interruptions yesterday, as it is with having the kids home for the weekend, and by the time nighttime comes over, it was just one of those bedtimes, and things were not going to plan. But what I did manage to do was get more done in my Bible for Hellmouth. I will actually go for an overview shot and show you guys what I've done so far. So my desk is a bit of a mess. When is it never? But it seems to be more of a mess now that I don't have, well, because I don't have all my storage. That's what it is. I don't have all the little drawers and things to put stuff in. I am considering taking a large amount of stuff back here because I'm doing more of my like scrapbooking and collaging, and I don't have my stuff because it's all over in the office, and I think I just need that space over in the office to like keep paper products, like keep notebooks that I'm not currently using, like keep a couple here obviously, but like for the most part I don't need to have 20 of my dock grid notebooks. I don't need to have all of these empty ones here. These ones I actually got from Primark. They were £2 for this wonderful thing with an elastic, and I have several of them. For a while there, every time I went into Primark I was picking one up because they're fantastic and I love them. So as I say, I have this section, which I hope you can, if I tilt you back slightly, here we go, that's better, more full view. I have this section which I'm mostly just kind of breaking down the sort of monetary avenues of our main street level gang. I will probably continue this into this area and detail other little bits. It's more, a lot of it is very minutiae, basic, obvious stuff, but also it's for if I have to step away from the project for a while, I can come back, read it, and just get right back into it. And then of course we have my little collage. This is a little envelope pocket where I want to put stickers and scrap and like paraphernalia. I always forget the word. Frickin' there's a word for papery bits. Ephemera, that's it, where I can keep like ephemera and all that stuff here. I've got my little collage, which originally, like I've said, this was just meant to be for the Rose series that was going to be like a trilogy, and then it sort of like expanded and then expanded, and then it just grew into this whole other beast. And then we get into the other pages that I've been setting up. This is for our sort of Russian aspect are Russian assailants that are going to come in later in the series. These guys are going to be like end game. But I want to kind of start at the end and sort of build backwards, sort of like the pyramid. So it's all building to this peak. This is the peak, and I'm going to work my way downwards. This is our main street level gang, and I've been putting in these little pages because I'm going to want to add extra information. So I've added some extra pages into the crease here, into the, we'll just call it the crease because what else would you call it, seam. This is our sort of high society group. Sorry, I got interrupted for a moment there. So this is our sort of high society corruption section, where it's a bunch of old money families that they make business deals through marriage, and you know, they grease the palms of officials, and it has sort of like a mafia like structure. And then this section here is going to be a brotherhood where they are like hitmen and things. And then this section here is going to be like a street rat gang. I have a story that's already mapped out involving the street rat gang, and it sort of tied a whole bunch of them together, and it all links together to like corrupt the big bad. So I need to map out the street rat gang. And then this section is going to be for like key players that aren't necessarily involved in the gang. Like I have Vinny, who's a photographer. He plays a large part in things. And then we've got like she's a main character. Like she's not a main character, but she's a key player. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she runs a cafe that they all kind of congregate in, and she sort of offers nuggets of wisdom and advice. She's a key character. And yeah, there's a bunch of other people that will be in here. So I might have like 2 pages dedicated to key characters. And then of course I'll probably glue in some more pages using the tip-in method. I just take the Pritt stick. I didn't think this would work, but it really does. You run the glue stick along the edge and then just kind of stick it in. It doesn't work so well in this because I'm not sure why. Maybe because it's thread bound instead of glued into the spine. But yeah, you just kind of stick it in there and it stays put. I've been sort of gluing along the back edge and using these wide margins. And then you can just kind of bend the paper back and create a flat page. I could also glue some along this sort of wide margin or at the bottom and bend it down like I have in other notebooks. But yeah, there are many ways of creating additional space in these notebooks. That's kind of why I was worried about notebooks, wanting them to be perfect, because I needed it to be like, if I filled in a section and then I had extra information that I needed to put in, what was I going to do? But these tip-ins, these are like lifesavers, and I can always staple things to pages or, you know, just glue things in. There's ways of adding things to make it sort of...
Put that on my feet.
Really?
Yeah.
You go put that in the bin for me?
Uh-huh.
But there are ways of adding pages in, and then later on I will start mapping out timelines, histories, putting in synopses for storylines, because I already have about 12 stories in this world mapped out. Well, 12 storylines. Oh, are you throwing those cards around?
My case.
But that's all for this segment. I need to go pick up my tarot cards because Mikey's decided to play card throwing with them. Yay. Catch you guys in a bit. Okay, so I've went and printed off all of the planner pages. So it's the full spread planner. It's not just the week spread. It is a page a day now because I feel like I need it, and now it's got its own little sort of time breakdown for the day. So it's going to be awesome, it's going to be perfect, and I'll be able to break everything down into minutia for each day, and it's going to be great. It does also mean, now this is a silly reason, a silly bonus I should say, it means I'll be able to use more of my washi tape, which is always a bonus. I like using my washi tape, and I like using my washi tape up. I don't like sitting hoarding things. I want to use things and use it up. And at the end of this week we're going to be in May, which is my birthday month, and I have ordered myself some birthday stuff off of Temu. I've ordered some more washi and stickers and whatnot, and I've bought myself a new 6-ring binder for my birthday, which I'm so looking forward to using. And I know, because I totally need more. I know there'll be people out there thinking like you really need more stuff. I don't, I know, but it's fun and it makes me happy, and it's kind of replaced my makeup purchasing addiction. I now buy stickers and washi tape and make planners up, and I have uses for them, and they do get used up a lot faster than makeup ever did, so yeah, and it's a lot cheaper than makeup ever was, so it's a win-win in that respect. It's affordable, it doesn't hang around too long, and it makes me happy. The only thing that I need to watch is little fingers getting hold of things, because we all know how that ends up, and it's never fun. So I've taken home with me a bunch of these types of stickers so that I have them for doing this. I also had a second roll of the coffee stickers, which is always handy. So yeah.
I know you feel like you want me, and I guess in a way you do. Holding my breath, unraveling emotions. I need some space to think this through. Call me all night long. Try to give you hints and a hard to see. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing I need.
And this is where we get to the point where I had a hurdle last time I was using this layout. What do I use the weekly spread for? Because I'm not going to break this down into time chunks, but at the same time, if I fill this up at the start of the week with to-do lists and then it doesn't get done, it gets overwhelming really quickly. So do I fill out the weekly layout with proposed tasks and then just see where it goes? What I'd like to do, the ideal version of the week, and then break it down over the actual day pages. We could do that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so it is currently 3:15. Dinner isn't until 4:30, so I have locked the family out to put the chain on the door. For those of you who don't know, we have a chain on the parents' room, mine and Nick's room, mostly for the cats so they can have a sanctuary away from little hands. But it also works for me getting some child-free time to write. And I have made myself a big coffee, I've got some snacks, I've got some gigantic little Oreo dupe cookies, and I have on a dressing gown, I have my shawl, I have a blanket, I am cozy, and I've got my headphones, which I want to plug in and listen to some tunes, and I am going to knock the crap out the camera, but I'm gonna get some major writing done, and I write the best when I'm cozy, but don't get cozy in bed because then I'll fall asleep. Just need to open the file I need, because I was working with ChatGPT last couple of nights actually, working through the Hellmouth Bible. And I know I should have really recorded it, because I know I've been promising a ChatGPT video, but it just was not, it was not gelling, so there's that. So the final draft so far, and I'm so terrified to admit this, in the final draft there is only 1,193 words so far of a proposed 10k story. I mean, I have everything that I need to put the story together. I just need to streamline the edit, streamline the draft, get it edited, polish it, and yeah. So we're gonna do that just now for the next hour and what have I got, an hour and 45-ish minutes, so I'm going to try and get at least 2,000 words into the draft. That would be super awesome. I would love to get this as close to 5k as I can, but we'll see what we can do. Okay? I'm hoping to try and get this draft finished. Sorry, I'm stopping for coffee breaks. I want to try and get this draft finished today. I mean, that's a huge ask. 9,000 plus words. Well, actually, it'd be 8,000 plus words. 8,807, I want to say. Would that be about right? I mean, it's doable, it can be done, but you know, time constraints, life, 'tis fast now, preparing kids for school in the morning and that sort of thing, and little Rosie has some kind of vomiting thing going on. I don't know if she's picked something up from nursery and brought it home, but joys. It could also be her her dairy intolerance reaching its tolerance. That is also a thing. But yeah, let's draft whilst I have the time to do it and the energy.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky.